was shocked, but not by what you think. He had already seen the beauty. He had walked through the streets, felt the culture, and witnessed the ancient soul of Ethiopia, a land older than many civilizations, a country whose history predates modern timelines. But then came the moment that stopped him cold. He was told that in Ethiopia's calendar, he is not 20 years old, he is 13, not because of time travel, not because of fantasy, but because Ethiopia follows one of the oldest living calendars on Earth. And in that moment, his entire understanding of Africa shifted. What you are about to watch are real reactions, people discovering not just Ethiopia's beauty, but its deep history, its ancient wisdom, and how much of Africa's story has never been told to the world. Stay with us, because this is more than reactions. This is Africa reminding the world who it really is.
Ethiopia, a land that does not follow history. It defines it. This is the cradle of humanity, where the earliest footsteps of mankind were first recorded, where the story of Africa does not begin. It continues. From the highlands of Aksum to the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, from the ancient walls of Harar to the sacred waters of the Blue Nile, Ethiopia is not just a country. It is a living civilization, still breathing in the present. Ethiopia carries time differently. While much of the world follows one calendar, Ethiopia keeps its own, a calendar that reminds the world that Africa was counting time long before modern systems existed. Here, the nation walks in its own rhythm, preserving a timeline that reflects ancient knowledge, spiritual depth, and cultural continuity. This is one of the very few civilizations on Earth that was never colonized. Its identity was never erased. Its traditions were never rewritten. Its spirit was never broken. With over 120 million people, Ethiopia stands as Africa's second most populous nation, a pillar of stability, culture, and leadership in the Horn of Africa. It sits at the heart of the continent's diplomacy, hosting the headquarters of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Africa's political and diplomatic capital. And Addis Ababa itself is blooming, true to its name, the new flower. Modern highways rise beside ancient neighborhoods. Electric buses glide past historic markets. Green parks, clean streets, and illuminated skylines now share space with traditions that are centuries old. The city is transforming, not by abandoning its past, but by building its future on it. Ethiopian Airlines now connects Africa to more of the world than any other airline on the continent. International summits, diplomatic conferences, and global partnerships flow through Addis Ababa, positioning Ethiopia not just as an African nation, but as a global gateway. This is a country that balances heritage and progress, tradition and innovation, ancient wisdom and modern ambition, all while remaining unmistakably African. Ethiopia does not chase identity. It preserves it. It protects it. It projects it to the world. And when the world finally looks closer, what it finds is not a nation behind time, but a civilization that has always been ahead of it.
This is the Africa they don't show you. It's the only African country never colonized. It's one of the oldest countries in the world. This is Ethiopia. Ethiopia has over 2,700 millionaires, including Haile Gebrselassie, one of the greatest long-distance runners of all time, and an Olympic champion. But after sports, he built an empire and now owns 20 luxury hotels, including Haile Grand Addis Ababa, a 5-star hotel known for world-class service. Ethiopia even has its own calendar. It's 7 to 8 years behind the rest of the world. Ethiopia is one of the oldest Christian nations in the world, where you can find ancient churches carved out of a solid rock nearly 1,000 years ago. In a place called Lalibela, Ethiopia is the birthplace of the Rastafarian movement. And there's a Jamaican town here called Shashamene. Here you can find Jamaican businesses and Jamaican families. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee. So without Ethiopia, coffee culture wouldn't exist. And this is why you should visit.
So iShowSpeed has been on this Africa tour, right? And honestly, it's been eye-opening for a lot of people. Africa is not new, but it's just many didn't choose to see it this way before. He's showing a side of the continent that's energetic and very real. Now he's in Ethiopia, and from everything we're seeing, he's been welcomed warmly. That's important because it shows there's genuine interest and pride in sharing our culture with the world. The cool part is how this changed the whole idea of storytelling, by the way. I mean, gone are the days when countries waited for official media or documentaries to shape their image. Now someone with a massive online following like iShowSpeed can bring millions of eyes directly to Ethiopia, specifically in a raw, unfiltered way. So yeah, iShowSpeed's visits, we cannot translate it as just hype or entertainment because it's part of a bigger change in how Africa's stories get told in 2026. So iShowSpeed has been on this Africa tour, right? And honestly, it's been eye-opening for a lot of people. Africa is not new, but it's just many.
What you've just seen is bigger than reactions. It's not just about Speed being surprised. It's about the world finally realizing that Africa carries timelines, civilizations, and systems older than what most textbooks ever taught. Ethiopia is not behind. Ethiopia is ahead of history. While much of the world was still forming, Ethiopia was already keeping time, building culture, preserving identity, and protecting a calendar that still stands today. And moments like this remind us why Africa must tell its own story, with its own voice, its own truth, and its own pride. If this video opened your eyes, gently tap the like button so more people can discover Africa's real story. Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and subscribe to Voice of Africa, where Africa's legacy is told with dignity, clarity, and truth. Until next time, stay informed, stay grounded, and always stand with Africa.